Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, what JB Muturi did after speaking about what his son went through, he actually exposed the government. And the most exposed person here is William Ruto and NIS. His statement came at a time when parents have been crying about their children being kidnapped. JB Muturi's son was literally kidnapped. And it seems those who are in operation is the team or squad from NIS. And the commander of that squad is none other than the president. Because if you listen to his presser, the only call that was made and his son was able to be released was the one from the president. Kindiki called, but he was told no. Huyu jamaa wa Muturi hayuko hapa. Of course, IG of police also made a phone call to Nurdin Haj. Same. But when the president made a phone call, within 1 hour, the son was released. So the president has been literally exposed. If you are looking for the commander of abduction in this country, then we will say the president is involved. He is commanding that squad. With that, we were waiting for the response from the president. And seemingly, the president might not respond directly, but is doing so through several individuals. Yesterday, we had statements from two people who lead the National Assembly. The majority leader, Kimani Ichung'wah, and the minority leader, Junet Mohamed. Yani hii serikali is a mongrel. Hakuna kichwa na mkia. You cannot tell. Wote wameungana pamoja. Na wakiungana ni hatari kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Hapo ndo tuko sasa. Whereby, Kimani Ichung'wah is here intimidating and threatening anyone who opposes the president. Again, Junet Mohamed is doing the same thing. Junet should be leading the opposition side, standing with the people, speak for the people. But the opposite is happening here. These two individuals are asking just for one thing. And this is the message from the president. If you are unhappy with this government, resign and go. That is the message from the president that has been delivered through these two people. JB Muturi, resign and go. That if you are here to criticize my government, if you disagree with this government, then just resign and go. That is the message. So without wasting time, I want to listen to these two statements from Kimani Ichung'wah, Junet Mohamed. But please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
You feel that the executive that you are part of, and you feel that the president that you are serving, and the government that you are serving, is not incompatible with the policies, or your belief at the moment, at this point in time, is not compatible with the government you are serving, the best thing to do, Mr. Speaker, is to resign. Don't bring commotions, don't bring unnecessary fights within the government. Be a man enough and say, this is enough now. I don't think the way you've said it, I don't think what is happening now is not what I came to do. For that reason, I want to leave. It's only in African societies or in African democracies where somebody disagrees with the policies, disagrees with what's happening in a government, and he still wants to stay there. To do what? Somebody told me, an African man, if you give him the keys to the washrooms and tell him, can you use it and bring it back to me, he will put it in his pocket and tell you, no, you tell me when you need it is when I'll give you back. Mr. Speaker, only in African societies. Wamumbi, can you give us time? I want the majority to listen to what I'm saying. So if you no longer believe in what the government is doing and you're a cabinet secretary, just resign. You are not welded there like chuma, like an iron. You are not welded in government. Just leave. You know, the other time when we were impeaching the deputy president, Somebody told me that he was asked, why can't you resign now that members of parliament have lost faith in you? A pastor in his home told him that you have been put there by God. You must remain there until you are removed by God. Now God spoke through angels to the members of parliament and they removed it. And God's work happened in this parliament, Mr. Speaker. Somebody told him that you are put there by God. Only God can remove you. God can remove you in many ways. Impeachment comes from God. Because by the time 300 members of parliament agree on something, it's the hand of God. It's the work of God. It's the voice of God. So, Mr. Speaker, if you don't wait for God to come to your house to talk to you. If you think you cannot serve the government anymore, go do farming. Go do other things, Mr. Speaker. Or become something else. Become a professional. If you're a lawyer, go and open a law firm and serve the country that sphere, Mr. Speaker. Because you cannot be a cabinet secretary who is issuing contrary views to what your government is saying. It's immoral, actually. The other day I saw a good friend of mine, whom I learned a lot of things under him, who was sitting on the chair where Mr. Speaker is sitting, Mr. Speaker, and I learned everything I'm doing this house under his, Mr. Speaker, under his supervision. And that's not what he taught me when he was a speaker. He told me, Junet, if you are tired of something, leave. But now the same person is now accusing the same people he's serving of many things, and he wants to remain there, and he stay there, Mr. Speaker. It only happens in Africa. It cannot happen. And targeting communities, targeting people of certain, community, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, is very unfair. And I am a leader now in this country. Because I'm a minority leader. That's a constitutional office under Article 108. If my son is arrested by police, I should also tell the country why my son was arrested. I can't just say my son was arrested by so and so. Give the reasons why he was arrested. And then why do you wait for 7 months so that you tell Kenyans why your son was arrested? Why don't you tell them the day he was released that my son was arrested, and then you drop names. You say I went to the president and the president told me that I called so and so. My friend, where is this secrecy of oath? It's called what? Oath of secrecy. Why can't you discuss things at that level with the people who are concerned? Now, if you have the opportunity to go and see the president, to go and see people in high offices, Kenyans who cannot access those places, how are they going to be served? What kind of, as a leader, what kind of trend are you setting? That anybody who wants to get help must go there. We cannot run a country cannot be run like that, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope these cabinet secretaries who are being approved in this house today will not behave in the same manner. Because when that becomes now the modus operandi, Mr. Speaker, we will not have a cabinet. We don't need to waste our time in this house approving people who are going to defy the same government they want to go and serve. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that kind of manners should not be allowed in any society. Because you must be somebody who stands for something. If you strongly feel that what's happening is wrong, leave. People in mature democracies, they live even over something smaller than this. So, Mr. Speaker, coming back to the point, is that I want to say,
Honorable Speaker, it's also important that, as has been said by many people, that even these nominees and even those others who are serving in cabinet today, to recognize that they not only have a collective responsibility in their service to the people of Kenya, but also to carry themselves with the decorum and integrity that behoves of their offices, Honorable Speaker. If any of our cabinet secretaries feels that the president has reassigned them to a ministry that they think is lower than whichever other ministry that they were in, Honorable Speaker, the honorable thing to do is, if you feel the ministry you are serving in is too small for you and you are too big for that ministry, simply resign. If you think, Honorable Speaker, that you are reassigned to a ministry where you are not able to extort money from people as you used to extort in any other honorable speaker, and you can't say to the public, and you now want to pretend that you are holier than thou. And we know you. And you know, if you are about to be fired, don't pretend that you are either resigning or asking to be fired. Honorable Speaker, just go. And it is not just those who are serving, even these ones that we are approving today. This House will oversight all these cabinet secretaries without regard as to where they came from, what political affiliation they are coming from, because, Honorable Speaker, in the spirit of the broad-based government, we have cabinet secretaries who are serving this country who were not part and parcel of the Kenya Kwanza campaign trail. But the country is bigger than Kenya Kwanza, Honorable Speaker. The country or the government of the day serves all Kenyans, Honorable Speaker. And I must commend the President for seeing beyond his political party, for seeing beyond the coalition that he campaigned under, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I must commend the cabinet secretaries who came from ODM. The Honorable John Buddy, the Honorable Pio Andai, the Honorable Joho, the Honorable Oparanya, even the Honorable Askul. These are cabinet secretaries who are serving this country with diligence, with integrity, and with commitment to the people of Kenya. You do not serve as a cabinet secretary to serve the president of the day. You serve the people of Kenya. It is Kenyan taxpayers who pay your salary. Serve with honor, serve with diligence, serve with the commitment that you are served in for these three nominees, Honorable Speaker. And even those cabinet secretaries who are in office today, Honorable Speaker, as we continue to oversight them, let me say we will oversight them. But let me also say we will not waste any more of our parliamentary time to impeach a cabinet secretary. Honorable Speaker, cabinet secretaries are not people to waste our time with. The honorable thing for a cabinet secretary who feels they have failed on their job, or they are too big for the current job that they are holding, is to resign. They should not waste our time, or even waste the president's time. But the president has a prerogative to hire, fire, and also reassign. And therefore, when you serve in a ministry, there is no ministry that is more important than the other, or any state department that is more important than the other, if your motivation is service to the people of Kenya. But if your motivation is extortion, if your motivation is deals in government, then you will find that maybe this particular department of state is better than the ministry I'm currently serving in, because probably you are not able to get the kind of deals you are getting in another office, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with those many remarks, because I can see we have good numbers, I beg to reply, Honorable Speaker, and ask this House to approve these cabinet secretaries to go forth and serve the people of Kenya. And I want to believe, as they committed to the people of Kenya during their vetting process, they will serve with diligence, they will serve with integrity, they will serve all Kenyans to improve the lot of all Kenyans, improve our economy through the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I